I can't hear you. Are you on mute?
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Oh, now I can hear you.
I was muted.
No worries. Did you happen to get my token?
It's already set up. It's already in a character sheet.
Oh, cool. Cool beats.
Yep.
I also sent my backstory. I don't know if you're using backstories or not, but I figured since I already talked to you about it, I was like, oh, I might as well write it down. I'll probably make it better later. But that's
you're more than welcome to tweak it while we play.
But it's gonna pretty much be just like that. Just more like maybe more detailed than rather than the above kind of stuff.
I actually had a thought. If everybody... Hey, one of the chat boxes went away. I think he might be restarting his computer. Thogar.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. So I'm gonna mute everybody except for Gisela. Is that how you pronounce it? I forgot how to pronounce your Gisela. Oh wait, I'm gonna wait for him to. That'd be really funny. I can't hear anybody still.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, where did Gregory go?
He said he had to make a phone call real quick, but he'll be right back. He'll probably be.
Hey, can you hear us, Zan?
Yes, I can.
Perfect.
I don't have mic on the screen anymore, though.
No, none of us
just
do.
loaded in.
Okay.
Yeah. Uh-oh, we lost Thogar.
No, he probably is reconnecting.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I'll reconnect you because that's if he just said there he is. Oh, yep.
Hey, I was muted.
Again?
No. Well, yeah, actually.
Oh, that whole time?
Yeah. When I was talking and thinking that there was something wrong, yeah, it was because I had the mute button on. So can you hear and see us now, Mike? My dad?
Yeah.
Okay. That is my father, by the way, the guy with the glasses right there.
Hey guys.
Hello.
He's been playing D&D with me for the last 2 years in several different home games.
Oh,
Fun.
Yeah, has been.
Get
Yeah,
to
play with
beat up on your child and it's legal.
Right.
I was gonna say, I play with my oldest son.
Actually, I just kind of drive him nuts because he's been the one doing most of the DMing. So.
Yep.
But I come up with some crazy stuff and I throw him off his game every once in a while.
Every once in a blue moon.
That's good.
So I'm gonna mute everybody else because I need to talk to Gisela real quick. Alright, so everybody call out if you can hear me. Okay, they can't hear me. Alright, so the first night that you arrived in town, you got a room, you went to bed. While sleeping, you see a bit of a light and you awaken. You're no longer in the room that you had paid for. You're in a stone-floored room. It looks like old masonry. And you see sitting across the room is a skeletal form. The first thing that you catch is a 6-fingered hand.
Okay.
And as you sit there and look at this skeleton, it starts to shift. And you see as it starts to move, light purple energy emits from the corpse. And as it starts to shift in your direction, it has a tattered book in its hand and it passes it down to you.
I grab it.
As you touch the book, you hear the name Sorak. Sorak. And as you grab the book, you see the room that you had bought is all around you, and you're holding a book, and you see your bag is slowly moving.
Friends?
As you go and loosen the top of the bag, 2 kobolds crawl out with a light purple energy in the eyes.
Sorak?
You see they kind of just sit there inhaling and exhaling, more or less standing there guarding you.
Friends?
You have 2 little kobolds. One of them has, like, you see a lot of the flesh is melted pretty much off of one of the arms, and it's bony, but it's still moving around as if it had tendons attaching the bones. It's very unsettling, but
I kind of,
you know,
my head and I say, "What's your name?" Does it talk to me?
it does not. It just starts gurgling.
Okay. Friend 1. Friend 2. I think later. Uh-oh.
So,
I think we can hear me now. Because I guess he,
hey, look at that. But that was pretty much all that
Okay.
I wanted to talk about.
All
so
right,
I'm going to
cool beans.
unmute everybody else.
Ooh!
Did it?
You know, I'm in Thorgar's room. Like,
Yes. So actually, Togar, I need you to roll a perception check.
Whoa, did we start already? My goodness gracious.
No. It's just something I wanted to get out of the way before, but
Let me pull up stuff so I can record for you. Also, for future reference, Michelle could record for you if that was something you wanted to do.
oh heck
You
yeah,
just- you just
anybody
need to
who
let
wants
us-
to.
yeah. The only problem is I'll only be able to get my side of it, though. So if yeah, unfortunately.
How do you mean?
Because like I am only recording from my perspective. Of
Oh,
my
well, so
character.
am I, though. I mean, that's...
So. But it's like right now, like I talked to you before about this. It's on my streaming thing, but if you ever need me to like download it or something to give it to you or whatever, I can always do that.
Within 14 days.
I mean, I can set it up to save. I just don't because I'm not, actively doing the whole YouTubing thing. So.
All right, let me find a good
But I can definitely do that if you want.
Do you need anything special to record?
OBS. But, I mean, you got to have a system that can manage it. That's the
Yeah.
Because it's somewhat resource intensive.
Yes, very much. And like I pay for out too much if you ask me, for my internet upload speed and everything else. So that's why I don't really have a problem doing it. Oh, you know what? I'll put my name at the bottom since y'all have your names at the bottom.
Something's playing. What am I hearing? Oh, this is what I'm hearing. That started by accident. Music.
The music's been playing.
No, I don't hear music, but that might be my setting. I have to fix.
Yeah, I reconnected. That's
But where's my roll 20? Damn it.
Can everybody see and hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
So,
I don't see
my father, yes. I don't know where
Yeah,
he
I
is.
don't even see him on the thing.
yeah,
Me
maybe
neither.
he's reconnected.
There we go.
So,
Let me reconnect because I don't even
Too
see you all,
big.
too. There we go.
so how's everybody doing?
Good.
Well, and you?
How about you? Besides your hand thing.
Doing alright. Yeah, I busted my finger with a hatchet today.
Oh my goodness.
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put a picture on Discord. Yeah.
Oh no, I'd rather not.
Oh no. It didn't
Are
cut,
you
it didn't
okay?
cut the
Did you
flesh.
like go to the hospital or something, or like
That's what I was
you
asking.
missing
Oh,
a
no.
digit?
No, I'm not missing a digit. It's just when I was hammering, I accidentally took the hammer and I hit on the edge of my finger,
Oof.
and this whole part's all black and blue.
Ouch.
Did you actually break it, or you just like mashed it?
I went like this with a hatchet and went whap. So, I mean,
Dude, be careful, man.
Yeah, I know. Ouch. Oh.
I mean, I work at a slate quarry, you know.
I
Type of
got you.
stuff happens all the time.
Right?
You
Did you say you're
it's just a
streaming,
natural
Michelle?
thing. Yeah, at the moment.
I wonder if I should stream. I don't know if I want to deal with it.
I mean, I would.
Yeah.
I mean, now that OBS has it where you can like change your title and chat like all within OBS without having to go like to
So are you
Twitch.
guys gonna be? Are you guys streaming on Twitch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's
so
what
that
I'm
means
about.
you got it'll be archived. So if I went back and watched it on your Twitch,
It's archived for a little bit.
It only stays there for 2 weeks. So like if you need me, like if you want, you're like, hey, I really like this one section or something, you know, then I can just like give you the whole thing, and then whenever you grab it from whatever you use to fiddle with, you can take it apart. But
Whereas I'm going to actually record locally. So, I mean, so I'll have a hard copy of it.
I used to hard copy everything. It's just that like, since I wasn't going back and putting it on YouTube, I had like a whole terabyte worth of video. So it's like, oh, it's gonna get to be a much too much savings. So
I get that.
stopped it.
so does everybody have tokens? And if not, I can make tokens.
What happened to your dad?
I don't know. I could call him.
Yeah, send him a text
Yeah.
or something.
He's missing. Oh yeah, hey, did you do that perception check? Oh yeah, you did. 14.
Okay. I'd say 14's enough. You hear a clatter, and you move your head, and you look over, and you see 2 undead kobolds. That's it.
Okay. They're in my bed with me.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, that's normal.
Yeah. everyday situation.
Are you all seeing Wota? Because I don't. And
Yeah,
now-
you're gonna have to reconnect
Okay,
probably.
all right,
Because I
just
had to do
double
the exact same thing.
Just checking.
Well, we lost Gregory.
I think he's reconnecting.
Everybody needs to do that. At least
Yeah, whenever
everybody
somebody comes
gets
back
out
in.
and get back in again.
Yeah.
Because it's just being like, I can't see you. I can't see you. I can see you now. I can't see you.
Takes a
Yeah.
moment.
Because I think that's what happened to Andrew's dad. Just, it went. Something
Hello.
happened.
Hey. Okay. I'll see you tomorrow around 9. Alright. Love you. Bye. Every party needs a pooper, that's why we invited him. Party pooper. So he said that he was having too many difficulties and he's old, so he's like having a conniption over at his house. So he's like, nope.
Goodness gracious. And you
He's like,
Oh no.
Well, how old is he? I mean, he's not.
He looks
didn't look
really
like he was
young.
that old.
Yeah.
can you hear me?
he's
Yes.
52.
Yes, you can hear you,
Or
Gregor.
51 or 52.
Yeah, he looks really young. He's younger than my mom. My mom looks pretty young too. So.
Say, that's old to me. I'm 25.
You're a kid.
Exactly.
Oh, you shut your fucking mouth.
Dude, you could be my son. I mean,
You know, there are meteor showers in my world.
Actually,
My oldest is 26.
right?
Oh, wow.
you couldn't be mine, but like, wow. If I was like some really...
I don't look it. I mean, I've got a full beard. And, like, I look a lot older. I don't even get carded for cigarettes anymore.
You're lucky. Because I still freaking do something. If I don't have a beard, when I have a beard, it's no
I'm also
problem.
6'5".
When I shave, yeah, that makes probably a bit of a difference too.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
I can't even imagine that. You're
me
a
neither.
foot taller than me, dude.
I don't know,
Well,
when
almost.
When I was 25, people thought I was in high school. So I was like, no.
But
That was
when
a
I
long
was
time
in
ago.
high school, I was able to get into bars.
See?
Did we figure out what's going on with your dad?
We did. He's a party pooper, and he's old.
What happened? He's too tired?
No, he's getting frustrated. You know how old people, when they get frustrated, they just give up on stuff?
Computers.
I mean, he's not that much older than me.
I know, I was gonna say, he's not that old. That's what we were talking
He's
about.
like 51.
Yeah, he's young. He's young.
If he logged in, it should be fine. Everybody can see everybody. He would just jump in and everything would be working fine.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be perfect now, because everybody's here.
Ask him to give one more try.
Well, I just called him, and he said no. Sorry. But I do have another person coming on as soon as I get home, but we can start without them because that's supposed to be a reveal later.
Oh.
So.
Right, wait. So if you're ready, then I need to start recording. So bear with me for just a second.
Ooh, I got names.
Do this.
Does everybody have a token?
I am sure I do, but I haven't checked. I was gonna give you an updated one, but that one works fine for now.
Alright.
But you don't have anything on it. Is that intentional? Like, there's no health or anything connected to it?
No, I think we just, like, connected it to your profile that first day and didn't really do anything to it. No, it wasn't intentional. I'm sorry that I didn't fill it out.
No worries. Well, you shouldn't have to, really. If you, it's fine. It's totally fine. I'll manage. All right. If you're ready to go, I'm ready to start recording.
Sure.
All right. We are live in Memorex.
Hello, and welcome to the city of Jord. You have each come to this, to the city of Morkel Harath on a search for a young green dragon, the Great Hunt. You have all gathered in the Grand Hall. During the day, each of you are handed a small parchment to meet in the study in the far end of the hall at noon. So as you all start to congregate, you are all met by a small dwarvish young man. As you all enter, you see he is sitting on a couch sitting in a chair next to a very large half-orc and next to a small child who has two skeletal kobolds at her side.
Friends.
The dwarf looks up from my book as you all enter and goes, "Ah, you're here. Alright, so, I kind of made a mistake. I was supposed to hire a bunch of people for this hunt. I saw a bunch of you just hanging around the bar, and I figured I'd send you a little letter. Would any of you like to go and hunt a dragon?"
Did I understand you correctly, my good sir? A dragon?
Big and green.
See, I thought you got me because of you recognized who I was.
You do look really familiar. This folk hero, what's his name?
His name was Zan Riovar.
Zan
I am
Riovar,
also Zan Riovar.
Well,
With a
it's a pleasure to meet you.
Like-
And you are? And he looks over at you, Day.
Well, I am called De Salka. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintances.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Day. These two, this one here, I picked up for a rather small fee. He points over at the half-orc and goes, and also ran into this little one. Introductions? And he points over at Thogar and Giza. Or Gila. Gisla.
Yeah, don't worry about those. Like, kind of point at the kobold things. They're new. They're new.
Yes, it would seem there are a plethora of those annoying little creatures around these parts. I ran into some on my way in here to town.
No friends. Gisla Puppletop.
She does that.
Me and a friend of mine ran into a couple on the way too, along with a bigger one that was armored and stuff. It's kind of crazy. I've never seen so far inside of town.
I'm sorry, did you say an armored kobold?
That's what I think it was. I kind of burned it to a crisp, so I couldn't really tell.
Really? Well, I'm glad I called you over. What can you do there, Dee?
Well, I have my ways about me. A little bit of the blade, or perhaps some finer, more subtle means. But it is no matter. I am quite capable as an adventurer, and I've never hunted or fought any kind of a dragon. That should be, well, it's a daunting task, I should say, but I'm intrigued. You have piqued my curiosity. Will there be pay for this?
Actually, that's what I was gonna tell you about that. And he pulls out this scroll and he lays it on the table and goes, "It's a royal hunt. I'm actually a prince of a dwarven citadel called the Iron Halls. And there's gonna be, I think, 5 or 6 other teams out there. The quarry is worth 6,000 gold.
6,000? Really? You don't say.
And then there's also a bounty on kobolds. Each head's worth 20 gold pieces." He looks over at the 2 undead kobolds.
Friends. They're friends now. Friends are always friends. And I look at Thorgar. And I climb on top of your shoulders. And sit. Friends.
Well, I should say if one is hunting a dragon, it'd probably be best advised not to do so all by their lonesome. I would imagine having a few friends along for that such task would be well advisable.
See, he agrees.
Yeah, well, I had kind of been given a stipend to hire adventurers from my father. But, well, have you ever heard of gambling?
Day is just like deadpan look, like, what do you take me for?
What's
Heard of gambling?
I
I think everybody's heard of that.
He looks over at
I knew
Gisela
I
and goes,
liked you.
You know, it's when you bet money on cards that always seem to not work out for you.
Well, why do you do it?
Because it's fun, I guess. But what happened is I bet away most of the money, and then I paid the rest to Thorgard. I have a stipend of 500 gold for supplies. But other than that,
But you're broke.
we have the reward after we kill the dragon. We could split.
So you say you can't pay us? It's okay, I'm here for friends. I'll take my share to buy stuff.
Well, it's not that I don't have pay. I have money to get us supplies before we head out. It's actually the hunt starts tomorrow.
I have to buy a dress, I was told by someone.
But
A dress. Interesting.
Because there's some kind of thing that's required.
that's also a thing. He looks over at the group. Are any of you disheveled? Like, do all of you look prim and proper?
You can't really tell with Zan. He's kind of got the hood up, and you can't really see his face too much. You know, just maybe from like the eyebrows down. So you can't tell if he's disheveled underneath or anything. But his robes and stuff look well used, and definitely not new, but not like bad looking or anything.
Similarly, Day has like a dark mottled cloak, traveling cloak, and wears it pretty far over to shade his eyes and such. Wearing, adventuring gear and leather, so well worn, but still looks fairly well kept and cared for.
What about you, Thorgar?
Thurgar is wearing some nice-ish pants. Doesn't have a shirt on. He has probably like some armbands around his massive arms, and yeah, he's got little scars all over his body. So, but he's just sitting there.
The dwarf looks over at all of you and goes,
I'm
"Well,
wearing a schoolgirl outfit. That's what I'm wearing. Like I just came from school."
The dwarf goes, "Well, there's also kind of a gathering tonight before the hunt tomorrow morning, and each of us are supposed to go and look presentable. I figured I'd pay for all of us to go out to the hot springs."
What are hot springs?
It's like a natural bath.
Are you saying I'm dirty?
I'm saying we're all a little dirty.
So we have to go take a bath?
I lift up my arm and I smell under it.
Is this some sort of a ritual or requirement for this hunt we are?
I call it team building exercise.
Right.
I can do with the bath.
That's the spirit. And he starts to walk towards the door and goes, "After we go to the hot springs, we're going to come back here. If you guys want to do any research, this is the library. After that, we have to head to the gala and then straight to bed. So we can wake up early in the morning and get out there before everybody else."
Am I to understand that you are coming along with us?
Well, certainly.
He
I wouldn't
killed
be able
one
to
of
call
my
myself.
friends.
I wouldn't be able to call myself a dwarf if I didn't go out with you. I can't just hire you to go kill a dragon for me.
Well, you certainly could, sir. I mean, that's what adventurers do we not?
We can always bring back proof.
Well, that's also the thing. We need to bring back the whole thing.
The whole thing?
We're getting backstabbed, I might add.
That's right, I forgot.
It's 6,000 gold if we deliver the whole thing to the Archmage.
Question.
Yeah.
Are we going to have some kind of, I don't know, wagon? They're
Well, I'm
kind
sure.
of heavy.
Sure, I could probably find an open wagon, kind of like a board on wheels.
Okay.
Perhaps I might ask some questions before agreeing to this proposal you have laid before us. Has anyone seen this dragon?
Well, certainly. Took out an entire platoon of soldiers.
Quite. And, about how large was said dragon?
Well, a little larger than a cart, but a little smaller than a building.
I see.
You know,
Big
it could
building?
probably.
Small building?
Well, I'm saying it's bigger than a cart, but smaller than probably a one-level building. Probably like, I don't know.
Very astute question, my good man.
It's green. Green means poison.
Well, look who's been reading up.
Good to know. Good to know.
Well, so the legends say. But I have yet to encounter one, so I would not know from personal experience.
I read in books.
I believe in my my uncle Zan Rivar. He hit a dragon by himself one time, and well, he said it wasn't very big. So, and he said it was poisonous. So I believe that.
That's impressive.
Really is.
Yep, I'm trying to best him. That's my goal in life.
So you're gonna try to take on the dragon yourself?
See, I think I'm still a little young for that yet. Maybe I'll work up to that next time. I'll see how this goes, and you know, maybe do it later.
Well, if something happens, I'll just make you friends. And I point to the kobolds.
The dwarf kind of looks over at the small child and looks over at all you and goes, and I kind of don't want to end up like that. And he points over at the kobolds. So
It's okay. Make
You
more
can sit down
friends.
on a seat.
I'd appreciate having some others that could probably help me not become like that. And looks over at the kobolds again.
Yeah, I don't want that either.
But I appreciate your help. He goes over and pats your head, Gisela.
Don't worry. You'll be friends. And I just kind of really give him that look in his face.
He goes, so to the hot springs?
Sure.
He leads the way.
Don't we have to buy clothes before they close?
As you guys go into the marketplace, it is a very large marketplace. You guys are in a metropolis. As you start walking through the marketplace, would you guys like to stop and get some finer threads?
Yes, because I was told yesterday it was required, so.
When we got up, I put Gisler down because she can get her friends to carry her.
No, I climbed back up on top of you.
So Thogar, are you gonna get like a little tie to go on your shirtless body?
The birds up.
It's the bow tie
I was
pants.
looking for a vest.
Oh, yep.
Thogar the Chippendale.
Yeah, right.
Oh.
No, I climbed right back up.
Thogar the male stripper.
Nope. Yeah, but no, I'm looking for a vest. Something that won't restrict arm flow.
All right. Roll an investigation check. As you're looking for a nice tailor.
Does he have disadvantage because I'm, like, really trying to get back on his shoulders?
Actually, he has advantage because you're also looking for. He has advantage unless you want to make a roll by yourself.
No, sure. He can roll. Actually, you know what? No, I think I want to roll by myself.
All right.
I probably wouldn't be looking for a good tailor. Just
Right. That's why I said no, because he's, like, dressless. Like, he has no clothes. So I'm thinking,
so
you're
like
not
a
really
guy
gonna-
that's just like.
He has no actual taste.
That is a
I already
horrible
have
roll.
nice pants. I want to keep my money for other things. I don't need a shirt.
That's right, you do have fine pants on.
I do have fine pants.
I don't think you got even injured last time, right? So I guess they're not even ripped or whatever.
No, they're still,
they're still pristine.
The pectoral, which isn't covered, so that's fine.
Yeah, I'll just walk around with them, I guess, because I have everything I need.
12.
All right. So Gisela, you do find a place, and you have been walking on your own after spending about 5 to 10 minutes trying to climb up him, and eventually he gave you a very stern look.
I feel dejected.
And as you turn to look at him, as you found a place, you see he's walking into a country outlet, and he walks in and walks back out wearing a denim vest.
Nice.
How
much did that cost me?
I feel really sad.
That costs you 1 gold.
Okay.
I feel really, really sad, but my face is exactly the same. Even though I'm supremely hurt.
And as you walk into the fine tailor, you find a high elf is standing behind the counter. And as you walk in, he goes, hello! What can I do for you, small one?
I look up at him and say, black dress. I need something to look nice.
After a few moments, he pulls out a very, very nice black dress with poofy sleeves.
I just look at it and I have no idea what I'm looking at. He could have brought me the crappiest thing and I would have thought it was fancy. So
Yeah, it looks very nice.
I just say, okay. And I take it out of his hands and I say, can I try on?
He goes, right over here, and he leads you out to a dressing room where all the walls are mirrors.
Oh, well, that's good, because I was just going to start putting it on right there. And so I kind of start pulling at my dress, and I go, oh. And then I start following.
So after a few moments, you get your dress on. Looks rather nice on you.
I don't even know. I just go, okay. And I say, how much?
He goes, that'll be 5 gold pieces.
I give him 5 gold.
He takes it and goes, it was a pleasure doing business.
Overpaid. But I feel like that, okay, whatever you say, I don't know that. It's not my department.
So, sorry.
No, I mean, like, I walk out with that on, and I take my dress and stuff it inside my bag with my other friends.
So you guys see Gisela come back out wearing a very poofy black dress.
We're going to the hot springs. You're not gonna be able to wear that.
Oh. So I take out my dress and then I start pulling off my dress. Like
No.
You can't do that here.
We're in the middle of the
He
street.
just said I can't wear
There'll
this.
be a place you can do that at the hot springs.
Okay.
I look at Belgroff, and I give him the look like there will be, right?
Bolgraf looks over and goes, I seriously hope so.
Yeah.
I start climbing back on top of your shoulders.
So Bolgraf looks at the rest of you and goes, any other stops before we hit the hot springs?
I'm good.
Alright, and he leads the way. You guys get to a beautiful building. As you guys enter, the roof of the building is non-existent. It's a skyline, and the building is full of these rock tubs that look like they were hand sculpted by druids. You also see the water is already heated, and there's a minotaur standing behind the counter. And he goes, what do you need? Balgraf looks over and goes, hot spring day for the whole lot? The minotaur goes, it'll cost 10 gold. And he drops 10 gold on the table and goes, alright, So I'm going to that tub over there, and he points at the largest tub. Very large. It's like a living room. You see that they are bringing out drinks and such, and he goes and settles into the hot tub. Hot
I'm gonna
springs.
go to the Minotaur. Do you have any like masseuses or massage people here or anything?
He goes,
Well,
"We certainly do."
You're gonna get felt up by this big guy.
He's about 1.5 feet taller than you and ripped. He goes, "Do you like deep tissue?"
He's a centaur,
Well,
right?
He's a minotaur.
A minotaur. Okay, I caught that wrong. Sorry.
I'm gonna need to be relaxed and
He was a
limbo. We're going on a hunt
really
tomorrow,
interesting
apparently.
to me.
He leads you off to a massage table, and it is curtained off. As you get ready, you eventually hear the
Oh, I'm
footsteps
still on your shoulders.
come
You're
back,
gonna like tell me to get off because I'm not leaving.
and he comes over and just starts cracking and snapping the bones in your back, and it just loosens you up.
I stand there and
It's probably
watch.
like, just, yeah, he would be like, just feeling great.
He towards the end he goes, "Would you like hot rock?"
I'm gonna go chill out in the hot springs now.
You don't want hot rock?
Maybe another time.
You see, he
about
has a steaming rock in a pair of tongs that he was about to put on your back, and then he sets it back into a bucket.
I think the hot springs will do that for me.
Okay. And he goes over, and you see Balgraf go over and start popping some more gold onto the table.
Excuse me.
Oh, I pay for that. I was gonna give him some money.
Excuse me. Did you enjoy that? Talking to the ripped, muscly guy.
He goes, I enjoy my job. My job is to make people happy.
You happy too? Okay. And I turn around and walk away.
So you all bask in the hot springs, enjoying each other's company. After about an hour or so, you guys get out. He leads the way back to the Grand Hall, and you all change or stay in your regular clothing if you hadn't went and bought different clothing. And then a few hours later, unless anybody else wanted to do any research in the library or explore the town before the gala.
If there's research to be done, they would be glad to peruse any books or tomes or scrolls that are there.
I will come.
There is a study in the Grand Hall at the far end, the southern end of the Grand Hall. As you start pouring through books, is there anything in particular that you are trying to find?
They would be looking for anything that refers to, really just any accounts of dragon.
Okay.
What to be aware of, what to watch out for, what to do to protect oneself, and so forth.
As you're finding things out, would you be telling the rest of the group things that you're finding, or would you rather me go to the just me and you, the whisper thing?
I would probably learn what I could and then sort of summarize for everyone, or
Alright. So you do find a lot of information on dragons, because dragons have been a big deal in this country. You find information on the Great Dragon War, or as the humanoid races refer to it as the Great Dragon Purge, where dragons had become such a threat that they wiped out as many as they could find, including metallic.
How long ago was that?
Just under 100 years ago.
Fools.
But dragons do every once in a while appear, and when they do, the kingdom of Jord sets forth a great hunt, which is what you guys are all going to be participating in. Gisela, roll a investigation. So that's common knowledge that I've told you. Now I need you to roll an investigation to find out anything more in depth.
Sure, certainly. I would be delighted to oblige you. Hey now, why did that not work? Oh, because it's not connected to my character sheet. So, would you do me the favor?
I most certainly can do you a favor.
So, open up the cogwheel on the token. And then make sure it's connected to Daysalka.
Also, can you pop a token in for me?
Yeah, just give me a second. So we've got a Thogar. Where is your token, Day?
I mean right here.
1 second.
If you're on the same map with us.
Can you flip it again?
Mm-hmm. Up here. We're all top right, yeah?
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I see it now. I see it.
Whoopsies, top right.
So I gotta go over here.
So click on the token. Click on the cogwheel.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Oh, okay.
And then you have the drop-down menu that says it's connected to whatever represents. So make sure it says Daysalka.
Okay.
And then perfect. Thank you. That I can already see that worked. And then you can do, if you want, you can change the boxes, like click on one and select hit point, click on another and click AC. You don't have to do that right now. The next important thing for you is, can you please go to my character sheet? And you can alt double click if you want on the token. It'll open the character sheet. And then I need you to hit edit on the top right. And then scroll down to where or if you can see it already, where the is represented by token. If there's whatever's there, just remove that.
Yeah.
And then with the token that's on the screen right now selected, click use selected token. And then that way, anytime I drag it from the journal, or if you drag it from the journal, it'll always be connected back to that character sheet. You probably want to do that with all the well, let me check here. Boom. Yep, that looks like it worked just fine.
Yeah, Thogar's already connected to his.
Beautiful.
I think mine is connected because I pulled mine straight from it. So
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, well, it had the token, but the token didn't actually represent the character.
Yeah.
So it had the right image, but it wasn't connected to any metadata.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
fix
Okay.
that on
Okay.
here
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Neither
'Cause-
is mine. I see what you're saying because you want to have like, in the bar and their ads.
It's just like it saves time. It's just I have the token actions set up for me, so like I can do my attacks, my initiative, perception stuff easy. And then I also, if you alt double click, it pops your character sheet open rather than having to go to the journal, click on the sheet. It's just like time saving, little tiny time savers.
All right, so that should be everybody. Well, no, I just need Zans.
Thank you.
1 second. I'm sorry.
What I would do is, even if he's using D&D Beyond, I would still make a character sheet for him and just connect the token to it. So that way it can always be drug out. Like if you change a map for us, you put up a new screen for us, then he can just drag it off on himself, or you can do it. So you don't have to like search for it every time.
Yeah, because you're using D&D Beyond, aren't you? Yeah.
Yes, I am.
Alright.
It's a nice little app that adds on to D&D Beyond called Beyond 20. It's pretty slick. Well, we played the other day.
Huh.
Yeah, I've got a couple of friends that use that.
So you can connect D&D Beyond to your Roll20?
Yep.
That's cool.
That's cool. I hadn't heard of that. That's pretty darn awesome.
Yeah, it's for Chrome and supposedly Firefox, but I've only tested in Chrome, so...
Firefox hates Roll20.
It does. I love Firefox, but can't really use it for this.
What? I hate to say this, but what race are you, Zan?
Half-elf.
That's what I thought. See, we lost the drow, because my father switched his character up into a drow, and we also had a wood elf that was supposed to join us, but, she still hasn't gotten back a hold of me.
Day, what race are you? Because I guess we kind of sort of described, but not really described our characters.
Yeah,
we didn't really do that, did we?
Why, can't you tell by my demeanor and bearing that I am a high elf?
Now that you say that, I can.
I'm from Texas, so I just thought you was just a human Texan.
It's not meant to be Texan.
I know,
it's supposed to be some kind of like... This is my terrible accent of like some kind of... It is southern something, but
yeah,
meant to be sort of Louisiana-ish, plantation something-ish. I guess bad Texan works.
Yeah, bad Texan. Very bad. I'm a gnome, by the way. I'm a forest gnome. So I didn't say what I was.
I figured gnome or halfling. That's perfect.
Yeah. And I'm actually a 10-year-old forest gnome, so I'm really tiny.
Oh,
which
goodness.
is why I chose to use instead of... I'm small, and I know tiny usually is when you go and like that, but I decided to do that just to emphasize that I am pretty tiny. I'm still treated as a small. So yeah.
Thurgar is a half-orc, if you didn't. I'm sure you knew that already. He's pretty young. He's only 17, so he's like pretty young for a half-orc, but he's considered fully grown. He is standing up 6'10", and he looks like he weighs about almost 400 pounds. He is mostly muscle. He's probably like, imagine like a bodybuilder where it's like, I'm all about muscle and keep my body fat down to like 1%. Yeah, he's that kind of person.
Ripped. Hey, did you intend to show us
a
all
giant
Zan's
wall
character sheet?
Muscle and meat.
He pops up every once in a while.
Yeah, I did mean to show all, but it's an empty character sheet. It's just so that I could just pull that name out and then his token would drop.
Gotcha.
So I chose this hooded figure for you. I hope that works.
Yes. Thank you.
So, as you were all sitting there, you see filing in are a lot of people. First in, you see coming in with a huff is this 6.5 foot tall human with black hair, black goatee, mustache ensemble, palish skin, and